This is a brief recording so that you can see how your students will work in Brain Honey. When they log into Brain Honey, there are three main areas to look at. On the left side will be the items that are due soon. On the top right will be their courses, and on the bottom will be their announcements. They will always want to look for announcements because that is one of the ways that the teacher will communicate with them. So if your student is in English Fundamentals 1A and wants to do work, he would click on View. A student will simply start at the very top when they are done. The first thing a student will need to do in class is take a very short 5-question quiz that is asking if he has done the Brain Honey orientation and if he has read the Student Supervisor Handbook and if his supervisor has read the Student Supervisor Handbook. So you might want to do it as a group so everyone can get it done together. Then they will just work their way down. First, they will come to course documents. Course documents would simply be the syllabus and the pacing guide. They will go on down and meet their teacher. There will be a video introducing their teacher. There will be an entry showing what the teacher's office hours are. And there will be a place that a student can sign up for a special conference one-on-one with the teacher. During office hours, they might also find the teacher available, but the calendar will give an extra time where they can sign up in case it doesn't fit in their schedule otherwise. Reference documents are simply things that they are going to need throughout the semester. And then they will just continue right down to the first week. We'll go down to week 5 to look through. The first thing your student is going to see is that there is a lesson. They need to open this lesson weekly and most likely daily because it gives very important information. Oftentimes a student will skip the lesson and we do not want them doing that. From then, they will simply work their way through the lessons. Everything other than the textbook is contained in Brain Honey. They will attach their assignments, they will do their tests. All homework is sent through Brain Honey, not through an email. There are several ways that they can do their assignments. Sometimes they will need to do an assignment on a Word document. Oftentimes they will find an assignment sheet down in the bottom right corner. Anytime that they do a Word document, they will save that document on their computer. When they're saving it as, they always need to have their last name, first name, class name, and what the assignment is, for instance, week 5 grammar assignment. They will click open, and here they can choose a file. They can go to their computer and find that file that they attached and simply click submit. Other times, their assignments will be done directly in Brain Honey. This is an assignment. Sometimes, however, there might be a quiz or a test. The quiz or test, just like this assignment, will have the small question mark icon in the front. If a student has to take a test or quiz, you as a supervisor must be present from the beginning of that test to the end of the test. You will need to provide a password. You will find this password by going to your first class account, clicking on the Supervisor Parent Forum, and working your way through until you find that class. We do ask that you type the password in instead of just telling the student. This helps the student not be able to share the password or do any part of the test outside of the classroom. When students are taking a test or a quiz, please be sure that you can see their computer screen at all times. With the internet, it is very easy to cheat on a test if you cannot see their computer screens. Be sure that before they leave your classroom, they have submitted the assignment. Another assignment that they might need to do is a discussion forum. For the discussion forum, there are directions of what they need to write. Up in the top left corner, it will say New Thread. They will click on there to write their comment or their post. As you can see, other students have been in here posting. So a student could click the little triangle to open it up to read, and then if they want to reply to it, they would click reply, and that would allow them to reply to the discussion post. One thing that is very important is students must always click on the rubric. The rubric will tell how the teacher is grading it. If you notice your students are missing a lot of points in the discussion, first of all, You can look in the grades and see why they're missing the points, but oftentimes it is because they did not comment on another person's post. They can always go back and do this at a later time after losing the points for it. Just as you can look at the grade sheet and see their grades, grades are available for students at all times by simply clicking on Grades. I hope this gives you a little bit of an idea of what your students are doing so that you can help answer any technical questions they might have at the beginning. Remember, we are always here to help. We strongly encourage that they write their teacher and ask questions.